Good morning, Freemason filth and council crumbs. How you going today? How's your conscience going? You got one? Do you even have a conscience? How do you sleep at night? I wouldn't be able to sleep at night knowing that I was doing the bidding of the United Nations and the World Economic Forum, putting us all into a fucking digital prison. You're the scum of the earth. Fair dinkum. We'll own nothing and be happy, eh? We own fuck all now. The banks own everything. I still find it quite comical when I brought up United Nations and the Club of Rome. Councillor Aitken decided that he'd play fucking idiot. I've never heard of that religion or that Bible. Fuck off. To those of us who have half a brain and know what these things are, do you know how stupid you look? Going all red in the face, dribbling that shit. Sorry, mate, you're a fucking goose. I've no time for any of this. How on earth can you sit there and look your kids in the face? Any of you scumbags? Or are you really that stupid that you don't know what you're doing? Eh? Are you really that stupid? It's pathetic. Of the new prison and everything that's being built, you know, who's funding that? Whose bright idea was that? Because I know it wasn't the councils, and I know it wasn't Donna Adams, and I know it wasn't our government's idea. Not the way it's going to be built and the way it's going to be run. So we're not a sovereign country anymore. Ever since 1973, we're not a sovereign country anymore. They call us a sovereign country, but we're not. We're beholden to the United Nations. The United Nations, let's be honest, it's the Club of Rome. People like George Soros and the likes. Klaus Schwab. The scummiest scums of the earth. Has anybody ever really sat down and wondered why we keep having all these new laws thrown on us for no good reason? For no benefit? There's been no benefit to us at all. They keep throwing band-aids on top of band-aids and people think, oh, it's just poor management. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. It's working exactly the way it's supposed to. It's to cause disruptions in our community. Why aren't the criminals going to jail? And why do the police keep putting it on the magistrates when the magistrates don't even get to rule on the decisions because they're doing plea deals in private rooms outside of the courtroom? You ever think about that? Not all magistrates are on board. I'll tell you that now. Not all magistrates are on board with this bullshit. What's the point in buying your kids a car when they're not going to be allowed to drive them? That's what makes me think maybe some of you are that fucking stupid. What's the point in buying your kids a car when they're not going to be allowed to drive them? No fossil fuel vehicles after 2030 or 2035 can be sold, can be made, manufactured even. Why do you think they want us all to have fully electric cars like Teslas? They can switch them off so they can take control of it and drive you to where they want you to go in case you've been a naughty boy or a very bad girl. And before you all start, oh, look at his face, what's wrong with his face? It's a condition that you get left with sometimes after being bit by a very nasty fucking spider. Where if you get run down or you get bit by some other insect, the infection comes back. Before you all stand up the back of Woolworths and point and laugh at me. Narrow-minded little fucking pea-brains you've got. I reckon I'm gonna call HR too, just to fucking, because I thought that was pretty fucking pathetic doing that to me in front of my son. I don't know how you still work for the company. Ripping everyone off left and right. I know you don't set the prices, but how the fuck does your conscience allow you to be part of something that's part of all this bullshit? What are your kids going to eat in 5-10 years' time? Eh? How they're not going to be able to afford to eat? Have you ever thought about that? What are they going to eat? In a world where you'll own nothing and be happy. Be happy my ass. Won't even be allowed to run a few chickens and have a vegetable garden. Why? Carbon emissions. They plan to get rid of all vegetable gardens. Think I'm cuckoo? Pull your head out of your ass. Go and have a look at some literature, some real literature, some actual Agenda 21, Agenda 2030, some actual United Nations information. The actual agendas, which in part by part are getting rolled out through our councils. What do you think a council has a fucking agenda every month? They have an annual agenda and a monthly agenda. What do you think the agenda is, dickheads? Sorry, I don't mean to be insulting, but fuck yous are fucking frustrating. It infuriates me that I've known about this shit since I was a kid, and yous all still think it's a conspiracy theory. What do you think, that a bunch of rich motherfuckers who are wealthy enough to run governments and to compromise people in positions of power with bags of money and honeypot fucking underage girls that don't sit around and find ways to conspire and think of ways to fucking run the world with less friction, where they're in control of everything, all resources? If you don't think that's going on, you're delusional. You're naive. You have a child's mind. I mean, everyone with half a brain knows what happened in 1996 down in Port Arthur was a fucking setup. Everyone knows. With half a brain. There was no way, just because a half-wit knows how to play chess, doesn't mean that he couldn't do that. Nobody could do that. Nobody could do that on their own. When it was stated by a New South Wales minister, a year or two before that even happened, well, we won't have gun reform in Australia until we have a massacre in Tasmania. Why? Because Tasmanians were the hardest to shift. Hardest to change our minds on things. Because we're isolated. Sad, isn't it? Everyone just goes about their business. Oh, it's not affecting me now, not affecting me now. Do you realise that this is like a 50, 100-year gameplay? These people don't think about the here and now. They think about the longevity of things. Why do you think the royal family has been in their position for as long as they have? It's not about themselves, it's about the fucking bloodline. They're vampires, I suppose you could say. The real vampires. It's all about their bloodline, making sure that they stay in control of everything. The royal monarchy has lost its control. They're beholden to the World Economic Forum. A one world government. We won't have elections soon. There'll be no such thing. Not that they're real now. They're a load of crap. It's a selection out of a line-up of crooks. You know the Georgia Guidestones was a real thing, right? Where they want to bring the world's population down to 500 million people. That's 7.5 billion people gone. Where to? Think about that. To bring the population down that much, there has to be a worldwide massacre. Why do you think they're all building these fucking bunkers? Don't believe the shit you're told on the TV. Don't even believe me. Don't believe the shit you read in the paper. Don't believe the bullshit you're told at any fucking council meeting. Because they don't even fucking know. Half of them wouldn't know if their arse was on fire. Wouldn't know if a bus was up their arse till the people got off. Turkish coffee. Am I still going to be able to get that in the New World Order? I don't get everything on cuckoo. Everyone thinks that anyway already, so like, you know, I really don't. There's nothing else that you can take from me. You've got it all. It's fine. I don't need materialistic shit. It doesn't fucking worry me. You just want to take the internet away from me in 2030. Oh no, we don't want to do that. We just need you to go and have digital ID to use it. Fine, I just won't fucking use it. You know what that means, eh, don't you? It means I'll come and see you personally. I'll come and get in your fucking face. But I won't be able to, will I? Because you're too cowardly to let anybody into your offices. It's all locked up behind glass fucking... You got the poor fucking ladies and the poor little pansies, they get all butthurt when you go in there with a problem that none of you will fucking come downstairs and deal with. You just leave the poor staff, the reception staff, to fucking deal with it. I feel sorry for those people. People go in there with a legitimate, genuine fucking gripe, and none of you have got the fucking spine to deal with it. You make the poor reception staff deal with it. I wouldn't fucking work there for quids. Down at that Burnie Council, or anywhere, for example. You can't actually go and deal with anybody or anything anymore. You just can't. Have to fucking take... The poor reception staff have to deal with it. They're a nervous fucking wreck. I actually feel sorry for them. Like when I went in and went cook about the bins, because nobody wants to fucking deal with me. Why? Because I might fucking tell you something that you might fucking have to admit is true. The whole thing with the bins, it's not about fucking... Hey? What a stupid thing to say to me. Oh, Teeny Brumby's trying to make it as cheap as she can for us. Trying to make what as cheap as she can for us? What? We already had a system that worked that was viable. You privatised the garbage industry is what you've done. You privatised a public service. That's what it's all about. Privatising all the public services. So now we're going to have a privatised rubbish service, a privatised recycling service, privatised green waste service. Oh gee, and they're not going to milk it for all it's worth, are they? Eh? Veolia and so forth, private companies, contracting for a public service. Geez, that's never happened before, has it? Hey, Aurora? You know, in Melbourne, they got 5 different bins for 5 different purposes. And I bet you most of it all goes to the same landfill. Given that most recyclable materials can only be recycled 3 times. Oh yeah, Band-Aid, yeah. Because I do things, see? I do things with my hands. 3 times. After that, it can't be recycled anymore. So all this recycled bullshit, it's a load of crap. It works out to something like about 3% of recyclable materials can actually be recycled, and the rest of it has to go to landfill. Or repurposing. Geez. Guess that sterilising and reuse of glass bottles back in the day, because glass pretty much has no limits to how many times it can be recycled. Perhaps that wasn't viable. I couldn't imagine why. No, can't think of a reason why. Oh, we have to use plastics. Why? Because it's more viable. How? It's not. It's actually proven to be not. See, it's funny how everybody's hopping up and down. Oh, we're going to lose our freedom of speech if they take our internet away. How is that freedom of speech, you fucking morons? Just think about that. Pull your brain out. Bend over. Pull your brain out and put it where it's supposed to be. How is yabbing on how is even what I'm doing now freedom of speech? People choose not to watch it, not to listen to it. Sending somebody an email, they choose not to read it. I told Giovanna Simpson exactly what I fucking think about her parading the trannies and shit round at the council meeting. Called her the grub that she is. Using those poor people with gender dysphoria to try and get votes out of people. What a fucking grub. So somehow she's managed to block me. I can't send her emails now. They just get bounced back to me and telling me that I've been blocked. You don't like to be told the truth, do you, Giovanna? Eh? When you admitted to me. Remember that, Giovanna? On polling day? Down here for the state elections? And you telling me that you got to get this person in that nobody's ever heard of? No, we've got to get him in. Why? None of you have ever done anything worth fucking shitting on. Why do we have to get this another unknown in? Is he a mate of yours, is he? Just another job for another mate? You didn't even get back in. Ha ha, suck apart. But remember when you told me, and I asked you, I said, geez, it seems like they're building a 15-minute digital smart city. And you said, yeah. And unfortunately, there's not much you can do about it. Remember you answered me to that? Unfortunately, there's not much you can do about it. That was your response. With a grin on your face. Maybe not. But I'm not going to sit around and do nothing. I give a shit about the freedom that my kids have. I give a shit about them if they decide that they want to have kids in the future. Why? Because I have genuine empathy, genuine care. I'm not fucking running around the schools getting in the fucking kids' heads, fucking dribbling shit about transgenderism and bullshit. It's a fucking mental illness, you sick fuck. I'm sorry I get so passionate about that, but I think it's disgusting. Not that they have a mental illness, the fact that you promote it as something normal. The fact that you're feeding this bullshit. You're feeding a mental illness. That's like giving a drug addict more drugs. No different. It's like giving an alcoholic fucking a BWS fucking voucher for Christmas and telling him not to drink. Go figure. Eh? And your little fake argument with Trent Aitken. Oh, the trannies are trannies. Like I said to Trent, I sent him an email. I said, look, regardless of all that shit, because it's a psychological, it's a mental disorder called gender dysphoria. These people need help. Yes, they shouldn't be like bashed or whatever, but they need help and they need to be set straight. But God help the poor father who sees one go into a public toilet after he's behind his daughter, who goes and decides, well, nobody else is going to fucking fix this. I'm not having some tranny in there swinging his fucking dick round in front of my daughter. He decided that was a good argument. I don't know why he didn't think of that before I did. He's supposed to be the intelligent one. It's all about upsetting the community. So we all stand around and blame each other, point the finger at one another. Oh, it's their fault because they're on drugs. Oh, it's these trannies. Oh, it's these hoons in their cars. And the police. Oh, it's the magistrate's fault. Oh, it's the police's fault. Oh, it's the prosecutor's fault. Oh, it's the lawyer's fault. And around and around and around it goes. All the real criminals still running around everywhere. It's all part of it. It's all part of the fucking plan. It's all part of the agenda. While we're all running around worrying about all these fucking stupid little minorities and bullshit fucking things, they're whacking it over us. How about instead of worrying about the whole digital ID thing, oh, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? How about we do nothing? Absolutely nothing. Everybody does nothing that does anything to support the government. Just stop voting. Completely stop voting. Don't. Everyone stop doing their bullshit online and start going into the Centrelink offices and so forth. Like, just over inundate them. Make them so fucking busy that they have to hire real people again. This online shit, everybody, oh, the convenience of the convenience is rather fucking inconvenient. It's not convenient at all. In the long run, you're going to wish you didn't do it. You're going to wish you never fell for it all. When you can't feed your kids because you might have said something online that doesn't go with the flow, so they'll lock you out of your universal basic income credits for a month or a week. Suddenly your kids are fucking hungry. What are you going to do? Hand them over to the system because you can't feed them? Or are you just going to be a good little fucking robot? We haven't got long left. This is why I'm getting so passionate about it, so angry about it. We haven't got long left. And we'll be locked in the fucking box. We'll be locked in the digital box. We won't be able to go for a bushwalk or a hike. Fucking grow up. Thinking that you're still going to have all your freedoms once they get everything in place. You'll have no fucking freedom. You'll be able to wander around, but you won't be allowed to go in anywhere. The door won't open for you. You won't be able to go out anywhere. Because as soon as you go out, you won't be allowed back in. And then they'll just come and pick you up out the bush. How will they know where you are? Nah. What do you think you're all injected with over the last 5 years? It's already been proven a whole bunch of us are walking around letting out an RFID fucking frequency. This is so naive. You're so naive. AI is about to take over your entire fucking life. It's already halfway there. It's hard. Look, I know it seems like I flounder about a bit with what I'm talking about, because it is so fucking in depth and such a tangled web, such a tangled spider web of deceit and lies. It's hard to know where to start and where to finish in any way that'll register anything for the normies, for those who think that the Freemasons are a great club to be a part of because it helps with their business. I know what your tattoos mean. You advertise that you're a Freemason and wonder why I know you're a Freemason. You see, you lower level Freemasons haven't got a fucking clue what you're doing. You've got no idea what you've got yourself into. You think it only goes to 33rd degree? Ha! How naive are you? Goes up further than that, mate. Oh yeah, and there is such a thing as a woman's Freemason. It's all fun and games until all the sick stuff starts happening, and you're compromised. Compromised with your little bag of money to keep your business afloat. You're beholden to them then, aren't you? No? You can't just walk away. The amount of businesses around here that are kept afloat by the Freemasons. Gee, I wonder where they get their money from. Anyway, that's a half-hour ramble. Look, I throw a whole bunch of things in now and then, and it seems like it makes no sense, but here and there, surely it's triggering somebody to think something. Surely it's sparking something where somebody goes, hang on, I've noticed that. I've heard this. Come to think of it, yeah. I heard a whisper about that, or I saw something that didn't quite make sense there. How come this business is still going well when they have virtually no customers? And they're in prime real estate, paying prime rent. How are they managing to do that? How does a man who was caught shredding papers when he was Deputy Premier of the state under David Llewellyn become Mayor of Burnie, who gets caught shredding papers again, still be the main business and real estate holder of Burnie? How does he manage that? And how is it then that when Johnny Riley belched him a couple of times for not serving him in his bottle shop, he rings the police and asks for the police to come to his bottle shop? The police ask him, how many do you want? And he says, send them all. So they do, and they're there within seconds. Doesn't happen for anyone else, does it? Does it happen to anybody else with a home invasion when they got kids there? No. You ring them 2 or 3 times and they might turn up in a couple of hours. Different when it's Conzi, isn't it? You don't think that we live in a 2-tier society where you don't fucking matter?